Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you those that are watching the replay. We're going to talk about the astrology of the week, and just because I decided to do this live on YouTube, we're actually going to look at the charts so I can just give you a visual of that. I usually do this broadcast on Monday evenings in my global community, and you are so welcome to come join us over there. We have free events. We have the ability to share with each other, communicate with each other, and it's a really beautiful space. It's kind of like our own private Facebook experience just for our community. So, and it's free to join. I also host all my classes and workshops in this global community. So come check it out. It's held on Mighty Networks, and it's called Channel for Grace. Then our network is called Channel for Grace, and our free community is called Global Community. And we have the STARSEED membership. We have the Moon Goddess Rising Leadership Group. We have all the classes, which I'm going to be sharing about a couple of workshops that are actually coming up very soon. But before we get in to all the details, let me say hi to everybody that's here in the chat. Hello, Raessa. Welcome in. Hello, Dawn. Good to see you. And Deb. And this week is a big week. Astrologically, this is the last week of Taurus season. Hello, Jeanette. And I actually didn't do this broadcast yesterday because I have been very busy building my house. Me and my husband. Hello, Kim. Good to see you. Hope you're doing amazing, and your horsies are too. But yeah, so energy has been super fucking weird. I mean, we've had these fucking intense solar flares this weekend, and both my husband and I have been kind of like out of it, you know. Takes us longer to like get ready in the morning and things like that. And it's like, what are we doing? Do you have your phone? Do you have this? Do you have that? It's kind of like that. We're exhausted, and having to, you know, whatever it is you're doing in your life, and having to experience the solar flares is like no joke, you know. We did get the opportunity on Friday night from our property, which was crazy, watch the Northern Lights and take pictures. And I shared a couple of pictures on my Instagram and in the global community that we took from our property. And I was like, this is insane. And we keep talking about how, oh my God, stargazing is like so amazing out here because it is so clear and there's no lights. There's no like city pollution. So it's crazy and it's beautiful and it's powerful and I'm so grateful for it. But it's been intense energetically for literally everyone, the whole world. So that's that. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it today. I'll do the broadcast today. And I'm glad I did because I do have some fun things to share with you guys. And we are in a really powerful week astrologically. So let's see. Before we go into the charts and start looking at the charts of the week and the astrology of the week, I want to invite you because we have a couple of workshops that are coming up. One this weekend and then another one next week on the 22nd. The one this weekend is our Gemini season workshop. So if you have not yet checked out, I wrote a book. Not everybody knows this, so I will always keep sharing it to you guys so that you can see. Let me do a little screen share so you can have the visual. But basically, if you click the link in the description, and all the links to everything I talk about are in the description of this video, that's where you're going to find all the information. But basically, I wrote this book called Seasons and Stargates. It is your annual astrology guide for 2024 all the way through 2025. It starts with Aries season. So it started like March 21st with the spring equinox, and it goes for the whole year, going through every season, explaining what each season means, what we're supposed to be working on, going through the astrology of it, and then the new and the full moon or eclipses during that season and what they mean and represent. And I even tie in the gene keys and the human design gate for those new and full moons, which adds so much more meaning to like everything about the astrology. So we are using this book. This book is available for purchase. It's a paperback copy. And then the embodiment workbook is sold separately as an ebook, which you can always get. I recommend obviously getting both of them, but we're using this book in the STARSEED membership to hone in on how to navigate through each season, looking at not just the meaning of the season, like, oh, Gemini season is like, oh, communication, and looking at it in a very simple way. We're actually looking at like, what chakra does this season activate for us? What are we working on? What is the astrology that's happening during this season? And then the most important thing is, where is it happening in your own personal chart? Because what we're doing in the Starseed membership is walking through the year together. And the astrology that I present in my Seasons and Stargates book has everything to do with ancient Atlantean philosophy, Hermetic alchemy, all of that like magical information that I have learned throughout my years of studying about it, and how this fits into our journey. Every year is a journey. Every year we have the opportunity to grow and evolve as we follow the seasons. Astrology year starts with Aries, then it goes to Taurus, then Gemini, and so on and so forth. And then when we get to Pisces, it's the culmination of the astrological year, the spiritual, like, ultimate understanding of the spiritual journey that was underlying the whole energy of the year for you. And in your chart, because everyone was born at different times, different days, you have a rising sign in your chart. And that rising sign will determine where your astrological year starts. Starts in Aries, then Taurus and Gemini. So what we're doing in the membership is going through each season, and we have a workshop before the season starts, where in a Zoom meeting, we get together and I go over the energies of the season. I go over like the astrology of the season, the stargates, any magical stargates that are happening. And you guys, Gemini season is fucking insane with powerful stargates, Pleiades, Orion. We've got Jupiter moving into Gemini. I mean, this is huge. We've got a Venus star point in Gemini. I mean, like, it's insane. There is so much. Gemini's like jam-packed. It's like not your average. It's not just an average Gemini season. And the astrology, the current astrology is pretty crazy. So it's not our average life, you know. It's actually very activated and there's a lot of things shifting. So it is nice to stay on your toes and to know what's going on and to have that awareness. And so in the workshop, we also look at where is this happening in your chart, and I look at everyone's chart. And I basically do like mini readings for everybody, and we communicate about what do I need to focus on for this season that is coming up. So the book is connected to that. The membership is where you will find the workshops. They're included in the membership, and we are having our Gemini season workshop this weekend on Saturday. You also get a free week if you sign up for the STARSEED membership. So that's an incentive if you want to check it out for a week and see if you like it. And then also next week, I'm doing a special soul contract workshop. There is a specific method of using ancient Atlantean astrology to help you decipher what are the 12 major soul contracts in your birth chart. Who are these 12 major soul contracts with? What people? Are these contracts still ongoing? Am I still working through the contract? What's the lesson in the contract? How is this contract, like, because we all chose these contracts, right? So how does this contract affect me and my body physically, my DNA, my body, mind, spirit? And are these contracts complete? And what's the deeper lesson? And how can I heal through these like 12 different, we have 12 systems of the body, 12 different areas, 12 houses, you know what I mean? Like it's all connected. And by looking at your chart through this, what I called Atlantean astrology, because I didn't really have another name for it, but I did learn this method through one of Matthias's teachers. Her name is Karina, and I took the workshop in Spanish because like a lot of the stuff that they do is in Spanish because they're not like that. They don't have that many English speaking teachers. So I took the workshop and it was amazing. And I like literally had so many epiphanies and realizations. And there was deep healing that happened by looking at these 12 soul contracts in my chart, and so much like understanding about my life. It was like, whoa. So there's so many layers to that too. Is like, first we determine who are these 12 people, and I guide you through figuring out who they are. It's an intuitive process that I basically ask you questions and tell you to answer it, the first thing that comes to mind. And then we go through and we go, what houses do these represent? How is this connected to my physical body? Where, what does this part of my body represent? And what am I learning? What is this soul contract teaching me? What's the ultimate lesson of the soul contract? And then we ask, is it complete or not? Hello, Olga, welcome in. Yes. And again, we're working through like Akashic record energy at the same time as we're looking at astrology. So it's actually really cool. And we are going to do this within the Akashic records. I'll actually make sure that we open up the records to do the workshop and then close the records at the end. But yeah, it's going to be super fun. And then you can add another layer, which is what planets are in each of these houses. And how does this what is this telling me about the soul contract? So it's a super, super awesome workshop. I offer this type of reading for people if you want to do it like individually with me. And it costs, oh God, I don't even know my own prices. Let's look it up over here. Book a reading. I just want to show you the comparison. Okay. Atlantean astrology. Okay. So it's a 2-hour session if you do it by yourself with me. And it's $222 for this session. And we spent the first hour like looking at your chart and figuring out the 12 contracts. And then the second hour is the interpretation and the understanding of it. So obviously that's going to be much in depth. But the workshop that I'm doing, this is what I meant to be showing you. The workshop that I'm doing is actually just $44. And it's happening next week on the 22nd of May. So it's next Wednesday, I believe. Yep, next Wednesday from 4 to 7 p.m. It's a 3-hour workshop. So we're going to be like diving into this all together as a group. And I can't wait. I'm so excited for it. We also have a powerful astrological aspect happening on that day. And that's the reason why I picked that day. The sun is making a trine to Pluto, which is actually like deep soul understanding, going underneath the buried layers of our subconscious and our deep desires to really understand and know the truth and see the truth. And it's a soul level understanding because it's the sun trining Pluto. So the energy will definitely be supporting us for this workshop. So come check it out, sign up. And yeah, I can't freaking wait to look at that. So let's dive into the astrology. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share all of that information. So we're looking at the astrology from May 13th through the 19th. And yesterday we had a really important aspect that happened, and it was the sun making a conjunction to Uranus. Yesterday it was exact. Today you can see they're only 1 degree away from each other. So we still feel it. Remember, these energies always like they intensify, they come in gently and then they intensify and then they slowly fade out. It's like fade in, fade out, but somewhere during the middle, we really feel the intensity of it. Sun conjunct Uranus is like, wow, like so much unpredictable things can show up into our lives. It can feel very uncomfortable. Any kind of Uranus transit will shake things up. Including like the nervous system, because Uranus rules Aquarius and Aquarius is the nervous system. So you're looking at like nervous system activation. That's why they say that with the Uranus opposition, you can have like Kundalini rising and your body can feel like it's kind of like trembling. It's just like the activation. The nervous system is energy and vibration. So when the vibration is strong, it's elevated, and Uranus does represent the higher mind. It elevates and it rises through the chakras and opens up the channels for us to connect with our higher self, with our divine essence, and therefore divinity itself, source energy, God, goddess, whatever you want to call it. So this is and the sun is only going to conjunct Uranus one time, once a year. And then this is happening this week. So it's like it paints this picture of like, whoa, let's see what happens. Let's see what this week will bring to us. And we have to be open to change, which like it's like the nature of the game right now. Everyone is experiencing so much change in all of our lives. And if we have the tools, right? Especially like, if you are, in our community, we do meditations, we learn about all these different ways that you can, and in the membership that you can like support yourself during these wild and crazy times that are changing the world and the planet and raising the vibration and the frequency of the planet, and navigate through the transits as best as you can and as grounded as you can, because Uranus transits can be very ungrounding. And especially now, because we are in Taurus season, which is supposedly the most grounding season. But do you feel grounded? No. Yes and no. That would be my answer. Yes and no. There's a lot of ungrounding things going on. Everyone's passing by Uranus, right? As they pass through this energy of Taurus. And you can see this like huge Taurus stellium, Jupiter, Uranus, Venus, the sun, they're all in Taurus. And this is why the moon was really beautiful. The new moon in Taurus was like really sweet and like activating, but in a beautiful way, because it was where the moon is exalted and where it does Taurus does ask us to ground ourselves, but we are learning to ground ourselves in new ways that we didn't know could actually ground us. That's why you have to be open to things changing. We are all changing at a deep level, vibrationally, energetically, and expanding. What's happening is expansion. A lot of people in the spiritual community like to call it ascension. And I've actually realized that to me, that word doesn't mean going up higher. It means getting bigger. It means becoming more, taking up more space, just expanding into the universe in all directions, not going up a ladder, but just becoming bigger in awareness and consciousness. And that's exactly what's happening. So this week will bring in a lot of unexpected things, but you can trust that you are deeply learning how to ground yourself in new ways. Is that happening? Tell me in the chat. Like, do you see this happening within yourself? Because I definitely see it happening within me, going through all this crazy upheaval in my life, very much crazy tower moment, but at the same time, putting roots down, and the transition feels crazy, super powerful stuff. So that happened yesterday. And we also saw a sextile from Venus to Saturn, and that just helps us feel, I think that is part of what makes us feel more grounded for sure. Oh, I see that my Wi-Fi just freaking died, so I'm going to stop talking for a second until it comes back. Okay, it looks like it's back. So anyways, I was saying that Venus also made a sextile to Saturn, and Bernadine says, absolutely feeling really sure-footed. Nice. And that's like, I feel like that is grounding, because Saturn sobers us, you know? Saturn is the sobering energy. So whenever there's contacts with Saturn, it's like, oh, well, here's reality. You know, you gotta take the time to pay attention and like think about what you're doing. Are you putting your one foot in front of the other? Pay attention. Like, so those transits can feel a little bit grounding, but also they bring reality back to the picture, which I think is important, even though Saturn is in Pisces, which is not grounding either. Pisces is not a very grounding energy. Pisces is like a floaty energy, and we're feeling that as well. But if you take the spiritual or the mythological meaning of the energy of Pisces, you've got like hermit energy, a wise sage that is lighting the way forward. Although even the sage himself can feel a little lost sometimes. You know, even the teacher feels lost sometimes. So we gotta keep searching for the light. One of the things that is happening right now and this week, but right now with Jupiter right now is currently at 27 degrees of Taurus. He entered the darkness to light portal. It's what I call it. It's not like an official name for this energy, but I've heard it described this way, and I'm like, it's really fitting for... Hello, Heather. Welcome in. It's really fitting for this the energy of this portal, this Stargate, from darkness to light. Algol, which is a fixed star of Medusa, sits at 26 degrees of Taurus. And so between 26 degrees and 0 degrees of Gemini, you have this energy of, like, a lot of astrologers call Algol the demon star. And she represents the dark goddess, not evil or a demon, you know? But if you look at the connections between that and like the tarot, you have the devil card, which you'd be like, oh God, no. But the devil card is not really representative of the devil. It's just representative of dark forces, shadow work, addictions, and that's the same thing as Algol. It represents all of that. So it's the power also, along with that, it's the power of creation, because the dark goddess is literally the yin energy, and the whole I Ching is based off of yin and yang. And we live in a dualistic and polar universe, polarity universe. And so we are learning to live within those polarities. But the transition is always from shadow to light, from shadow to light, from shadow to light. So we're always going through these cycles of like darkness and light, darkness and light. And it's like this beautiful, it's like a spinning thing. And this is the energy that happens between 26 and 0. At 0 of Gemini, you have Alcyone, which is the main star of the Pleiades. We talked all about this in our Starseed astrology school. And I am going to be releasing, I'm going to do 2 schools next. One of them is the Goddess Astrology School, where we're going to dive into like all of the goddess asteroids. Hello, Mama O. The sacred feminine energies, all kinds of asteroids, actually. It could also be called the asteroid class, but I am focusing on goddess, sacred divine feminine energy according to asteroids. And so not all asteroids will be covered. But anyways, we're going to look at the dark goddess and the light goddess and all this that we're talking about here through the lens of the goddess. So it's going to be really fun. And then I'm going to be doing another school, an astrology school, which is interpreting astrology and learning how to actually read astrology. And we're going to, I am very close to kind of making up my mind about that, but I think it's going to be a year-long program, and it's going to be more like a mentorship than just a class, because I usually do like 6-week classes and things like that. And those are awesome, but they're super quick. And I want to do a program, and I've been asked about this, of I want to learn how to interpret astrology, how to like actually become a reader of astrology. And I want to do a mentorship and a school. So basically it's like we'll be meeting twice a month, and it'll be a lecture where we learn a specific topic, and each one will kind of build on the next. So obviously we're going to start with like the fundamentals of astrology, and then we're going to be like natal chart readings, and then transits, like one thing builds off of the last. So we'll have a lecture, and then we'll have a meeting where, and this is where it's going to get really fun, I'm going to like give everyone the same chart to look at and not tell you whose chart it is, but we're going to look at like famous people, maybe even people from our school or whatever. And we're all going to interpret it, and you're going to have homework, because this is a program made to help you become better at reading, or to learn how to read if you don't know how to do it. And so we're all going to interpret the same chart and take notes and everything. And then when we come together, I'm going to ask questions about it. I'm just going to kind of popcorn about it, and you tell me what you discovered about the chart. It's going to be so fun, you guys. So we're going to do this for like a whole year, because I was like, there's so many topics. And it'll literally be, and I'm not even kidding, $50 a month. That is what I feel like instinctively. It felt like that is something that I think people can do right now. So hopefully that rings a bell. Sorry, I totally diverted, because I'm really excited about all of that. But this is exciting times, and knowing this information for me has totally like changed the way that I navigate through everything. So yeah, it's like we have to know this stuff, this is ancient knowledge, and there's so much mixed. Astrology is like a little bit of everything, it's got mythology, it's got history, it's got, there's just so much to it. So I'm excited to be guiding this class. But anyways, let's continue on with the astrology. Speaking of from darkness to light, that's the energy that we're in. So you may be feeling in your life some really powerful transitions and breakthroughs. That is a way better word, breakthrough. So what kind of breakthroughs are you having in your life right now? Because that's the energy that we are 100% in. Okay, let's go to the 15th, which is tomorrow. We are going to see Mercury enter into the sign of Taurus. So we have a planet ingress happening this week. So if you thought we didn't have enough things in Taurus, well, let's add one more. Mercury, the mind, the hermetic alchemist, the one who revolves the fastest around the sun, is like a mental energy. In Taurus, it gets to slow down and take some time to think and process. I have Mercury in Taurus. And so Mercury in Taurus is like, it's the kind of energy. Sorry, I was just hearing music, and I think it's just the wind. It is a steady, calm way of like communicating. So it doesn't just blurt things out. It will take its time to think about it, but it can also be very stubborn energy. I feel, so for me, it's going to feel good because I like my Mercury return, and it's going to be fun, but also know that the mind will also get that powerful activation because it is also going to be passing over Uranus. And I do go into a lot of detail into a lot of these transits in the Starseed membership. If you want, I literally do a video every time a planet enters a sign, and I show you the whole transit, what's the major things that it's going to do and how it's going to affect you. So if you're wanting that kind of guidance, definitely join us in the membership. All right, that happens on the 15th, which is Wednesday. And then a couple of days later, well, actually, let me just talk about this. On the 16th, the sun enters the darkness to light portal. And that's a big deal because the sun is the luminary, shines the biggest light into all of this energy. So it's like the soul, the truth, the light is ready, ready to have that breakthrough, ready to crack the code, pierce through with light from the inside, So that's that. And then he's the sun's getting very close to Jupiter at this point, and we will see the conjunction of them together towards the end of the week. On May 17th, Mercury makes a square to Pluto. That is that can either be I think it's just intense mental thinking more than, above everything. Deep rabbit holes, determination to figure it out. You do not give up, the investigator, diving deep into the rabbit hole of information, looking for the answers. It's we're in the treasure hunt and we're deep in it trying to figure out which way to go. So I kind of feel like that's going to be a positive thing. And then on the 18th, boom, 28, Sun, Jupiter, and Venus conjunct Uranus at the same time. So relationship stuff coming up, things changing within our relationships or unexpected things showing up, more excitement, us wanting change in relationship. But Sun, Jupiter is auspicious. It's very beautiful energy. It's a day to create, to manifest, to set intentions. So this is Saturday. For example, this is a day that's recommended to start a business. And Taurus is going to ground it and manifest money because Taurus is about money. So this is a good one. This is a really beautiful one. So the manifestation power of Jupiter gets magnified and highlighted by the sun. They merge together and they create a portal for us to take advantage of, or maybe not advantage of, but to breathe with the energy, to vibrate with this energy and create in our own lives, manifest in our own lives. So yeah, very, very important day. And then let's go to the 19th. We have Sun sextile Neptune and Mars conjunct the North Node on Andromeda. So you guys, this is a big week. It's this is huge, We have so much going on. Sun Neptune is intuition, heightened abilities, sensitivity, really heightened. These two are going to be at 29. And then, and the next day, Gemini season. And we don't cover that in this broadcast because it's literally goes into Monday and we're only going until Sunday. But Gemini season is Monday, this coming Monday. So 29 degrees and 29 degrees, Neptune and the sun, making that beautiful sextile, heightening our sensitivities we needed it to be more heightened, right? And then Mars conjunct the North Node. Mars in Aries is hey, are you moving? Are you taking action towards your purpose? What is the most important thing for you to be focusing on right now? What do you need to put your action towards? A reminder, did you remember? Do you know which way you're going? Because you're definitely taking action with Mars, But it's like, hey, realign yourself. This is the goal. Hello, Ella. This is the direction. This is our destiny. So let's freaking put everything we've got, all the drive and motivation into this. And this started in Aries season. So go back to Aries season, March 21st to around April 20th, like that. And what was going on? That was eclipse season. And something powerful initiated in all of our lives. This is like coming back to that energy and like reigniting it and reactivating it and realigning us towards our north node, our north star on Andromeda, which is about breaking the chains, freeing ourselves, liberation. Yeah. So it's a big week. Big week, all within this powerful from darkness to light portal. And literally the next day, because I can see this, Venus enters the darkness to light portal, and you can see, hey, she's getting closer to Jupiter. She's going to make a conjunction to Jupiter too, but that's going to be in Gemini season. So we'll talk about that next week. But anyways, isn't this insane, you guys? Like, this is a lot. This is definitely not your normal week. So let's do a card reading. Oh, no worries about being late. You can always watch the replay. So we're going to do a reading. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, teachers, for being with us this evening. I would love to channel a reading for all of us that are watching this video and help us to understand the energy through the lens of tarot and oracle, and help us to realign ourselves to what is the most important for us. What do we need to know? What's going to help us? We're going to do intuition, challenge, overall theme, wisdom from our ancestors, starseed families, angels, teachers, and an animal spirit card for the week. All right, what is our intuition? Ooh, you know what? Yes, we're going to do this. All right, here we go. Knight of Swords. Determined, successful, instinctive. This is kind of like, this card is kind of like the starting off point, but also like what to pay attention to, like kind of the baseline energy of the week. I love that she has her sword. She's on a horse. This is a mental energy, for one, because the sword cards represent the mental energy, but this is determination. So this is knowing and having clarity of mind and being like, I know which direction I'm going. And then like pointing the sword, to wherever you want it to go. I feel like there's a lot of power. And I love how in this card, there's lightning as well. So you have Uranus energy, very activated, higher mind. So that's very Uranian right there. But the Knight of Swords, it's like, dude, this is going to go forward, and nothing can really slow it down. So be determined in what you want. Okay, here we go. What is the challenge? Oh, the moon. Okay, major arcana. So the moon is about facing your fears. It's also about secrets, mystery, and intuition. It's the sacred divine feminine. It's the emotional realm. It's the intuitive realm. So the challenge when we get like the moon card and it's like, what's the challenge, is to move through the emotional frequency. Very beautifully, this is mind and heart coming together. Sword card and the moon, right? The mind and the emotions. So how do you feel? Do you even know how you feel? There's a lot of emotion right now. In general, in the collective, there's a lot of emotional frequency. Remember that, like, how many? Half the population or something like that, I can't remember exactly, have defined solar plexus. They like determine the emotional flow, and all the ones with undefined solar plexus just like feel it and get like either trampled or just like moved about by the energy. But the challenge for us is, to merge mind and heart. I just got it. That was cool. Okay, overall theme for the week. We have multi-dimensional. Okay, so this is a card that is it's a major arcana only found in this deck. Multifaceted, complex, comprehensive. So multi-dimensional. This is the image of an oyster, and inside the oyster is a tiger. The tiger is also the lunar forces, and the oyster is very much of the ocean. This whole card is very much under the water, but multidimensional is like, dude, there's a lot going on. Expansion. Multidimensional means there's expansion. In the way that I teach about the dimensions, it's depending on the dimension that you're seeing through, the perspective of, you're going to have either a more expanded experience or a less expanded experience. But either way, this is the energy of the overall theme, meaning there's more than meets the eye. There's experiences that are expanding, contracting. How are you seeing the world? This is also about perspectives. How you see the world is the reality that you live in. And that's an important thing to remember. Dude, this reading is pretty intense for a weekly reading. What is the wisdom from our ancestors, angels, teachers? Let's check it out. Oh, wow. Okay. 10 of Swords. It's definitely an ending. Could possibly be a painful ending. Trauma, crisis, energy. I love how this card has the eye in the middle, a heart, and all the swords stabbing the heart. 10 of Swords it's the completion of something not that fun, but it's a completion nonetheless. I feel like we need to okay, here's the message that I'm getting based off of this beautiful image. Our heart is damaged in a way, not damaged. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going through heartbreak in many different ways, because that's what happens when you expand and grow and change. Your heart breaks a little bit, to find out the truth about things. There's a lot of heartbreak too, I think. For me personally, in my life, I'm like feeling I'm getting older vibe. And I know I'm not like old, or you know what I mean? But I'm feeling that nostalgia. But I think a lot of us are feeling the nostalgia of like better days, when life was more simple. But we need to, this is saying, stop being so hard on your heart. If the swords represent the mind, and these are destructive thoughts, you're like stabbing yourself in the heart with the mental anguish. And I feel like this card is telling us to decondition, heal your heart. It starts with your heart, and it starts with like all the mental patterns and all the thoughts and the belief systems in your mind that get in the way, or not in the way, but they are in the way because you have adopted these beliefs and thoughts like self-judgment, self-hatred, insecurities, all this stuff. And it's only hurting you. It's only hurting your heart. So we need to heal our heart. So it's like, I feel us pulling the swords out. Like every time you get rid of a limiting belief or a negative thought, you pull a sword out and you got to free your heart. And this is the ending of this. Like, we're done. And we're going to start doing some beautiful healing from this moment. As long as I live, I will love you. I promise you this. There is nothing I wouldn't do from this moment on. There you go. Oh, that was awesome. Okay. What animal that was actually really crazy. Hello, welcome in. Which animal is going to guide us? for this week. Now that song is going to be in my head. All right, the wolf. Yes. The wolf is the teacher. The wolf, if you remember the energy of the wolf, it's like the wolf pack. It's a pack, which means it's like you find the right frequency, you find the right people. You radiate, you vibrate at the right frequency, you attract the people, right? What do you want for your life, you know? Oh, the wolf, the guardian of family and tribe, activism and ritual. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes that every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none. Holy shit. That's like Christ consciousness teaching. Love thy neighbor. Oh, that was powerful, you guys. So the wolf is the teacher, and he teaches us like, hey, you gotta be a good leader. A good leader understands everything about the tribe, all the people, all the members. So it's hard, dude. It's hard to step into leadership. It's hard to like be that, you know? And again, there's things in the way, and it's the mental patterns. And in human design, the mind is not your friend. The mind is here to be surprised and like amazed and like excited about watching the show. And the show is guided by the design, your body, your DNA. So if your mind can take the passenger seat and just watch the show and stop trying to control everything and stop trying to steer the car, that's when life is going to get more fun. And that brings us back to perspectives. Like, it's all about how you see the world. So let's do a little summary. We are learning this week to balance our head and our heart, our mind and our emotions. We are also facing fears. We are also being asked to find determination, to be determined, to move forward, but to not overrun the heart. This is a week where a lot's going on, multi-dimensional experiences, but there is something that is ending. There is an old cycle, an old trauma that is ending. It is a painful ending, could be a painful ending, doesn't have to be. But the end is the end of us, the mind sabotaging the heart, dropping from the head to the heart, and then making our way back to the head. The wolf is our teacher for this week, teaching us to pay attention and to understand that we're all in this together. We are like the human tribe, you know? So, there we go. I'm hearing spirit screaming the same theme of messages today, and I'm mind blown. Hello, collective healing. Welcome in. Out with the old and in with the new. And the bringer of that change is here. Yes. Love it. Oh, thanks, Ping. That's really sweet. So there you have it, you guys. Crazy week. Last week of Taurus. Getting ready for Gemini. We're going to do our workshop in the Starseed membership, Gemini season workshop. Come. If you're in the membership, better be there, because being there live is the best experience. If you're not in the membership, sign up. You get a free week. You can join us for the workshop. And if it doesn't work out for you, if you don't like it, you don't have to stay. But I have a feeling you're going to like it. It's $22 a month for the membership. And then next week we have our soul contract workshop on the 22nd, which is actually only $44 for the workshop. It's a 3-hour workshop to look into all of the soul contracts in your chart. There's 12 soul contracts, and understanding those soul contracts is like so going to be so much fun. I know, it was really good. Hello, Angela. Welcome in. Very relevant for me as well. So Satnam, thank you all for being here. And I will see you all again very soon. I'm thinking of doing mini readings, possibly on Friday. Would you guys like me to do mini readings on Friday? Let's do a little poll right here. Everybody watching live. Does it feel like a yes? I was thinking of doing that, and we're gonna have to start talking, dude. I forgot to. Okay, so next week is the full moon in Sag. There's so much. So we're going to have to start talking about the full moon in Sag. Oh, if you click the link in the description, the workshop is held in the network, the Mighty Network. And so all you have to do, if you already have an account, then you log into your account well, actually, like, here's how it works. You click the link in the description and it takes you through the payment of the workshop. And then it redirects you to log in, and then you'll get the access to the space within the Mighty Network. So that's how that's going to work. But great question. I was like, wait, how did I set it up? Yeah, I did it through Stripe. So you just pay and then you get redirected to log in. And that's all you got to do. And then you get access. Oh my God, it would be really cool to see you there. All right, you guys. Ella is a Sag moon. I love it. So, okay, yes. Okay, okay, a full body, fuck yes. Okay, so mini readings on Friday. Let's do it. So if you want to get on the list, you can send $25 to my PayPal. And then when we go live on Friday, make sure to be there, 6 p.m. Pacific, and you'll get a reading. Okay, awesome. Perfect. I love it. All right. So we'll do mini readings on Friday. I'll post about it. I'll create an event and all that good stuff. So thank you guys all so much for your support. So excited for all the fun things coming up. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Sag Uranus rising. Oh, wow. Crazy. Yeah, mini reading would be perfect for, any questions like that? So thank you. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you guys on Friday for mini readings. Satnam.